He had got his head under the front of the stalls, and that is most likely a withdrawal, isn't it?
It is definitely a withdrawal, not most likely, yeah. I think in other countries we see this a bit, don't we? They do put them out and put them back in, but we're pretty strict about it here, which I think is a good thing. You just never know with these horses, do you? And because they get run on adrenaline, you don't know if they're okay. But Ryan's up on his feet, that's good, and horse looks okay.
Yep, so Zaman Jamil not taking part today in this consolation race for the Stewards Cup. And Mark will call them home.
That's it, they're off and running. They've gone without Zaman Jamil, Withdrawn, having gone down in the starting gate. Now coming right across towards the standside rail is Live in the Moment, and only one horse has followed that, and that is Cooperation. All the others are staying over on the far side. Monsieur Kodi is right up there together with Gives a Sub, and also showing speed over on the far side is Royal Parade. Just in behind them then is Just Call Me Pete, who's racing alongside last year's winner, Many a Star. At the back of the field on the far side is Temple Brewer. We're going to see them as they come past the 3 furlong pole, and the split would suggest very little between the two groups. On the near side, Live in the Moment now is about to be joined by Cooperation. Meanwhile on the far side, Royal Parade has still got the lead over Gives a Sub and Monsieur Kodi. Then Just Call Me Pete, who's over on the far side. Under the Twilight's now been driven to try and close. Then Many a Star. They're then being followed by Capote's Dream. They're racing down towards the final furlong. Monsieur Kodi has gone clear over on the far side. The near side might still just have it. Live in the Moment to Cooperation. Monsieur Kodi running a lonesome race on the far side. Now inside the final 100 yards, the far side, Monsieur Kodi is in front, and Monsieur Kodi will win. Capote's Dream in second, Many a Star, followed by Live in the Moment on the near side, the Grey Music Society, Gears the Sub, Cooperation, and then Under the Twilight, and tailed off at the back of the field was Temple Brewer. We said before the race that Monsieur Kodi was the horse who was guaranteed to simply love this ground. He's been back down to 9-2 favourite, and he has won by half a length. Capote's Dream, long losing run, stays on in second. In third, last year's winner, Many a Star, and then alone on the near side, Live in the Moment back in third. This is the horse who had all the form in deep, deep ground. Monsieur Kodi wins for the third time this year, a third win in the race for trainer Richard Fahey.
Third in the Racing League last week, back in the Midland Park Racing colours. This time around, on the far side for Asheenor and Richard Fahey, wins at 9-2. There will be a Rule 4 with Zaman Jamil coming out just before the off. Eyes on the far side here, Leona. Look at the ground they're kicking up.
I told you, I was very much sure that kind of soft, good to soft in places. I don't know where the good to soft is, but I can't see any personally. I think the jockeys will absolutely, I'm sure we'll get an opinion, we'll think it's riding softer, and the results probably highlighted that as well, with Monsieur Kodi winning so nicely. The far side absolutely looked the place to be there. They looked kind of level pegging for a short period of time, but really come to the fore over on that far rail. I mean, he's a horse who knows how to win races. He's really sweet. I think that's his 6th win on grass now, and for just a 4-year-old, it's not bad going at all, is it? He's very genuine, and he's done it nicely. Capote's Dream, we mentioned Tom Marquand having a good week. That one's ran on really well, but all too late.
It's funny, wasn't it, the way that they've split, but that was a big manoeuvre from Oshin, and I think since he's come over, he's done incredibly well, hasn't he? You know, he's a big lad by his own admission. He works really hard, keeping his weight down, and back home, he was always, you know, you race for a couple of days, a bit of time off, and he tended to yo-yo, but he's got it much more under control. For Richard to call on his services as well, to step into a powerful job like that, he's obviously super talented.
Asheen, Jason just saying that you've made some significant manoeuvres there, and was just singing up just what a talent you are, so congratulations. First things first though, the conditions, how did you find them?
Look, it's hard work. I think it's not far off heavy going, to be honest, but look, this lad's shown he's handled it before, so it was probably a bonus to us.
Yeah, I mean, he kept on really well. Did you always think you'd aim for the far side rail?
Yeah, well, look, it's the freshest ground, and look, I suppose on that kind of ground, if you can get an advantage anywhere, I think it's probably with the fresher ground. So, look, we were aiming to get over that way, and it's worked out.
Anyone who follows Irish racing will know that you you've always been a huge talent. How difficult was it, though, to come and take the job with Richard Fahey?
It wasn't a very difficult decision altogether. Look, I done well in Ireland, but at the time I needed a change, and look, it's been great ever since I came over.
Tell me about Vintage Clouds. He'll be a big price in the Stewards Cup, but you know that he's got plenty of ability when he wants to use it.
Yeah, look, he's got plenty of ability. Look, the ground could be hard work and 6 furlongs, but look, he has the ability there, so hopefully it won't be too far away.
Well done today, Oisín, and the crucial news there, Ed. Winning jockeys usually think the ground's a bit faster. Oisín saying close to heavy.
Yeah, no great surprise there, Matt. What do you make of the start, Francesca?
Well, it was interesting that 2 jockeys looked pretty determined to make their way over to the stand side rail. We had Sharik Murd Live in the Moment in the pinky colours, and then we also had Luke Morris on Cooperation. Yes, they were drawn more to that side, but they very much made a beeline for that stand side rail to run against, while the rest of them went over to the far side. And look, there were more horses in that group, so they were entitled to churn it up more. It looked a little bit fresher on the stand side. More of the fancied horses were on the far side as opposed to their side. So have we actually learned anything?
Well, what we're going to see now is our next race here is a mile and 6. When they come into this straight, the riders, I think, are going to come over, and then it will be, do they come right up against the paint, or is it down towards the centre? They're going to open up that particular part of the track, and then it will be fair for all the runners. Centre they'll be coming on.
Yeah, technically the centre will be the freshest ground, because on Wednesday they were coming up the stand side rail when the rain really came down. The far side rails had plenty of racing, so clues to be had, but heavy, definitely, it sounds like it'll be in the descriptions later.
That should leave plenty of you still in the ITV7. One of the 9-2 favourite winning, which means if you were on Jaman Jamil, I imagine you move on to the favourite in the ITV7. As a result of that withdrawal before the start, the rule 4 is 15p in the pound. Capote Stream was second at 17-2. That was the Coral Stewart Sprint Handicap, the consolation for our big race today, which is the 3:35, the Coral Stewards Cup. Richard Fahey has Vintage Clarets to come in that, with Oisín Orr riding once again a race he won back in 1998 with Superior Premium. Rishi.
Yes, no Richard Fahey here today, but we have got some of the members of the Midland Park Racing Syndicate here, and Harriet has taken, I don't know, how should we say, the volunteer's role to speak on behalf of...
Sure.
How many of you are here today?
I think there are 6 of us here today, yes.
And did you arrive with confidence that this was going to happen?
Hopeful, very hopeful. He likes the ground.
What did Richard tell you?
He didn't, but Callum did.
Okay.
And he said that he had a really good chance today. It really depended whether he could cope with the really soft ground, but they were very, very hopeful for an excellent round. And it's brilliant that he's got his head in front again.
It is brilliant.
He is superb.
It is brilliant that he's done that, and it's brilliant that you're here today. Now, how many people roughly would be involved with Monsieur Kodi?
Probably about 14, something like that. There's quite a few owners altogether.
And I'm guessing you own all bits of other horses as well?
I do, yes, yeah.
Who else are you involved in? Ones that we know?
I was Silky Wilkie yesterday.
Oh, Silky Wilkie.
But unfortunately, he didn't do it yesterday.
Well, you did have a nice bit of muscle brand in the season.
Yeah, it was good, yeah.
And what else are you involved with, Harry?
I was involved last year with the Platinum Queen.
Oh, wow. Wow, that was pretty special. What's the story with Platinum Queen? What's going on with her?
Well, she's been sold. I believe she's Roger Varian, and I don't know what's happening now, sadly.
Well,
but never mind.
What a thrill that was. And great to see more thrills again. Well done with your winner at glorious Goodwood. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Thank you.
What fun Midland Park have. Right, all day we'll look back on the week. Our first memory, day 1. Goodwood was looking pretty picture perfect. Tom Marquand and Quickthorn stole the show.